about philosophy and song and what it means to me. Since I heard Swami's music, I fell in love with it. In fact, I wanted to be a part of the choir, but that didn't always work. It's not that I have a bad voice. I sing in tune some of the time, but I have difficulty with the parts. When I'm singing alto, I get confused with the soprano parts. Swami used to tell me, join the choir. And each time I did, I would go to the choir director and tell them that, but they said no. The Swami tells this to everybody. And it's because Swami wants us to tune into the music, because tuning into the music is tuning into the teachings. The music helps a lot, because we don't even have to open a book. It's already there. I sing often when I'm in my car, when I'm in the shower, and in that way I could tune into the music. Mantrina years ago gave me this book with Swami songs in it. So I've learned many of them, and when the choir sings at Sunday service, when nobody's listening, I sing along with the choir as well. It's a wonderful gift. Now I'd like us to play the song, Home is a Green Hill. Okay.
Home is a green hill, home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. Home is the knowledge heaven is near. Home's the end of the fray. Home is my heart's land. Home's where I am. Nothing can dim the light of my soul. Home is forever, home is today. Home's a heart that is home. Often I dream that life is a play, laughter forever and skies never gray. But when I'm silent, freed from all care, I discover my home's everywhere. Home is a green hill, home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. Home is the knowledge heaven is near. Home's the end of the fray. Home is my heart's land, home's where I am. Nothing can dim the light of my soul. Home is forever, home is today. Home's a heart that is whole. Often I dream that life is a play, laughter forever and skies never gray. But when I'm silent, freed from all care, I discover my home's everywhere. Home is a green hill, home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. is the knowledge heaven is near. Home's the end of the fray.
Home is a green hill. Home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. But how could that be? Home is a hill, and home is a wind? That's a force of nature. Let me read to you something that Swami wrote. Often we dream of home as a specific place on earth. But God is center everywhere, circumference nowhere, and so it is with us. Home is not a state or a city or a country. It's a state of consciousness. And we all know that state of consciousness at least just a little bit. Some of us remain there for a little bit longer period of time, but when we're there, difficulties melt away. Betrayal falls away. The pain of betrayal. But we can easily leave that place because we might get angry. That takes us down. When we become worried about where we're going to get the rent from, that takes us away. When we're upset or jealous or fearful, it takes us away. So we have to, on the spiritual path, observe what we're doing. There are many things here that help us to raise up to this place called home. Listening to music of Swami's immediately brings us up. Reading books of Swami, spiritual scriptures, like the autobiography of a yogi, the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, it brings us right up. So we just have to be very observant. Energization exercises brings it right up. I've had an experience with this. In the store, I used to use the wands to test people for their auras. And with the wands, I would put it in front of myself and then walk up to the person. And when a person was very depressed, I would walk right up to them. And there didn't seem to be an aura. Oh, I have to explain better. When I walked toward them, the wands open where the aura begins. And people badly depressed didn't seem to have much of an aura. So I would tell them, do the energization exercises. So they would start right away with doing the exercises. After a couple of minutes of doing this, I would retest them on the energization exercises. And their auras weren't big, like Babaji's, for example, but it would be something. So there are ways that we can use to bring us up. Creativity. Master said creativity is very important to get us out of a space into a higher consciousness. Because when we create, we're in the creation of God. And in that creation, God lives. And so it automatically brings us up. So we could use these kind of tools to bring us up. Being in the presence of saints. Everyone wanted to be around Swami because his vibration was so wonderful. He'd help to bring us up. When we also read things about saints, about Swami, about Master, it's a great help to us. Also hanging around with positive people instead of people having a difficult time. as we grow spiritually and we live in this place most of the time, then we could reach down and help people come up. But we need to be observant, real observant at the very beginning, that we can maintain that space where we're in peace and harmony and in no pain. Home is a knowledge that heaven is near. Home is the end of the fray. I think the key word for me here is knowledge. When you're in that space, you know. It's not guesswork. It's not a matter of faith. It's not a matter of opinion. You just know. Home is the end of the fray. It's what I expressed before. When you arrive at that place that's home, you no longer are in that place where you're confused, where things are going wrong. The other falls away and you leave it behind. Home is my heart's land. Home's where I am. I'd like to read something else that Swami wrote concerning this. A woman from England visiting Ramana Maharshi's ashram in India said to him, "Oh, I've come such a long way to get here." And the master said, "But you haven't. You haven't moved. The scenery around you has changed." And then Swami commented on this and said, that should be our reality. I have an experience with this that showed me that this is so. When I went to college and I had to leave New York, mostly for the first time, to go to another state, Baltimore, Maryland. I had a scholarship for the tuition, but I didn't have money to pay for my rent of an apartment, for food. And so I had a small college loan, but it wasn't enough to get me by for long. So I was really kind of nervous. So actually, when I went, I was trying to figure it all out. I was going to have to find a part-time job. But then when I got off the Greyhound bus, something struck me. And I wasn't worried anymore. And I thought, I'm home. I'm here. Nothing's changed. I was there, and now I'm here. The only difference is, this is different. But I can manage, because I'm where I am. And it really gave me a lot of peace to know that. We are where we are. Nothing can dim the light of my soul. That's my favorite of all the lines in this song, because it shows our divinity. When I think of that line, I think of the saying in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna speaks to Arjuna, and he says this: "Fire cannot burn the soul, water cannot wet it, wind cannot wither it away. The soul is pure, bright, shining, birthless, deathless. Its nature is infinite bliss." I often say that because a lot of times I just don't think I do things too well, and I forget that there's light inside me, and I forget that I'm divine. And so when saying that, it really helps me. It's a very valuable tool from the Bhagavad Gita, one of our scriptures. Home is forever. Home is today. Home doesn't disappear. We sometimes leave it without realizing it, but it's always there. Our body dies. Our pets' bodies dies. Our friends die. Food rots, but our consciousness is with us. Home is forever. When we leave this world to move on to the astral world, we take our home with us. We take our soul with us. We take our divinity with us. This doesn't change. Remember, the environment changes, but we don't change. So that's important to remember. And home is today. Home is in present time. Tomorrow will be today. And next week will be today. And a month from now, tomorrow will be today. It doesn't change. Living in this world, we have to keep a calendar for appointments. But other than that, we're always in present time. We're always in today. It's timeless. Home is a heart that is whole. And home is my heart's land. Where home is where love is. Where love is home. When we can love and expand our hearts, that's another thing. We'll be home. It's a good thing to remember. Love dwells where our home is, and where our home is, love dwells. You hear statements even from the Bible, where your heart, love is, where your heart is where you'll be. Or there's saying similar to that. Often I dream that life is a play, laughter forever, and skies never gray. People on the yogic path, they come to realize that life is a dream. And Swami even wrote a song called Life is a Dream. What we think is real is not real. And when we realize that life is a dream, we could become master of ourselves. And we can make whatever changes necessary to bring us to any level that we want to bring us to. And we can live more in joy where the skies are never gray because we're creating it. People, saints, are always joyful. They're always laughing. They choose to be, and they are. So it's nice to know that we could bring ourselves home by deciding to create the joy that's already within us. But when I'm silent, free from all care, I discover my homes everywhere. With all the busy things going on around us, when we go deep, when we go in meditation, we realize who we are. It sounds like omnipresence to me. We're omnipresent, omniscient. And that's when we go deep. When we go deep in ourselves and we live in that place of God. We're universal. We're everywhere. Where I'm inside of you and you're inside of me, and it's all one. And this is the power of home. To me, this song tells everything. You don't have to go past this song. Maybe all of Swami's songs are the same, where you read it and it covers all of the teachings. But for me, this one is just incredible. I think I want to go home now and dissect all the songs of Swami's to see what comes to me, to see what I feel, to see how I can use it for my growth. Now we'll play the song again, and close your eyes and feel the songs to see what this song will awaken in you.
Home is a green hill, home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. Home is the knowledge heaven is near, home's the end of the fray. Home is my heart's land, home's where I am. Nothing can dim the light of my soul. Home is forever, home is today. Home's a heart that is home. Often I dream that life is a play, laughter forever and skies never gray. But when I'm silent, freed from all care, I discover my home's everywhere. Home is a green hill, home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. Home is the knowledge heaven is near, home's the end of the fray. Home is my heart's land, home's where I am. Nothing can dim the light of my soul. Home is forever, home is today. Home's a heart that is whole. Often I dream that life is a play, laughter forever and skies never gray. But when I'm silent, freed from all care, I discover my home's everywhere. Home is a green hill, home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. Home is the knowledge heaven is near, home's the end of the fray.
Goodbye for now. I hope you all get home soon. Oh.